love
You're a
it.
boy,
Music.
make a big noise, playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday.
Thank you. That was great music. Lasting impressions. That's what makes hotel guests come back. Lasting impressions. It's the impression you make on your guests, or more importantly, your staff makes on their guests, that makes the guests come back. And that's where we come in. I started this company as a mom for other moms to basically track what you have in your homes and where it is. And as I developed the company, I realized moms are not the first adopters of technology. Real surprise. And so I was invited by Illinois Science and Technology Coalition to pitch to Hyatt. Hyatt wanted to know, can we track what we have and where it is? The problem they were trying to solve is, a guest comes in, requests for a crib with a crying baby. Every minute feels like an hour. So what that results is in long delivery times because employees are going floor to floor, closet to closet, looking for that crib, and it takes an average of 25 to 45 minutes to deliver it. It means guest dissatisfaction and low asset utilization. And that's where we come in, TraknProtect. We are the only solution that tracks inventory, back of the house inventory, like rollaway beds, cribs, microwaves, to basically give you real-time location, real-time inventory, and help you increase asset utilization. We do that by, first of all, tracking, letting you know where that item is, but then using analytics to show you how you're using that inventory and where it's being used, but then insights. How many times did you use it 50% of the time, 75, or 100%? And where do you need to replenish your items so you can make data-based, smart inventory purchase decisions? How does it work? We place a Bluetooth beacon on each and every item. We strategically place hubs across the property closets. And then we give you a real-time app which can be used on your employee devices or your devices, which gives you that location. We can track anything. Beds, cribs, fridges, high-top tables, vacuums. We've been asked to track a lot of things. Last summer we did a pilot with Hyde McCormick Place in Chicago. Basically, during the time we were there, demand increased by 174%, but the time to deliver went down by 50%. We increased staff efficiency by 2%, but we also showed they were underutilizing 30% of their inventory. That's $50,000 that was going back right into their pocket. The employees loved it. And so these are our current customers right now. We are working with Hyatt Corporate to be in more Hyatt locations. And so currently we are launching in 7, we're live in 5 properties, launching in 2 more over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And right now we have a HITEC special for hotel guests here. Currently it's 235 beacons, 35 hubs, usually go for $700 a month for 24 months. We're offering it for $525 here at HITEC. This is our fabulous team, including myself, no longer serving moms, but serving hotels and their guests, and our combined experience of over 25 years with our engineers. And we're here to help you make a lasting impression on your guests. We'd love to talk to you more about how we can help you do that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great job. Questions from the judges?
I'm sorry?
Every hotel is like a home with multiple products, multiple assets lying over.
Right.
Where do you stop in this kind of solution?
I'm sorry, where would?
How many beacons do you deploy? Any numbers, any thumb rule for?
So the average hotel, that's a 400-room hotel, can have as many as 235 items. We just did an installation at Grand Hyatt, New York last week, 1,300-room property. We started with 250 beacons, and we've already been asked to increase that by another 150 items. So we can deploy as many as 1,000 beacons, 2,000 beacons. It depends on what the property wants to track. But where we really want to add value is, what are your pain points? What do you need tracked today? And let's get that solved.
Were you able to localize this to a specific room? And how do you actually do that? Is it with BLE or is it just regular Bluetooth? Because the accuracy, right, is questionable.
So right now we're not tracking in rooms, and that's for 2 reasons. It's intentional. We're tracking in closets because when the employee's going around looking to help you get that item into your room, they want to know which closet it is out of the 70 closets that I've got. So right now we're tracking in closets and landing areas, housekeeping yards, and so on. Rooms, the reason we're not doing that is that we would like to leverage the existing technology hotels have and not sell them more hardware. So as they move towards DigiKeys and tablets in rooms, we'll be able to leverage that and be able to pinpoint it to the rooms.
So you're basically placing a hub per closet, and then you're able to understand what an asset is near that hub.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
What are your competitive advantages, and who are your competitors?
So our competitors would be people like NetClearance, PlaceForge, but they're more focused on either hospitals or they're focused on marketing. The biggest way that the beacons are being used currently is to be able to market to consumers. So it's, where is that consumer traffic? Can I send them a personalized message as they're walking by? So no one is doing inventory, back of the house inventory. That's our competitive edge. No one is doing that right now, and we are the only ones. There's no RFID or barcodes being used to track the inventory that we're tracking.
Have you tested your price point?
I'm sorry?
Have you tested your price point?
We have tested our price point, and we've gone the whole spectrum. And what we found is that hotels are very price sensitive. And so what we're trying to do is find strategic partnerships that would allow us to keep our prices low.
This seems like something that is available in hospitals and in a bunch of different industries. I know I've heard stuff like this. How is this particular solution different from the stuff that's been around for the last 10 years?
So the stuff that's been around for the last 10 years, first of all, in hospitals, they're still using Bluetooth, but they're using Bluetooth for different items. So just recently I was approached by a hospital in Chicago to track their items, but they're not tracking movable assets. They're tracking big machines, but they're not tracking things like your blood pressure machine that goes from room to room, so the nurses will actually hide their machine. So it's interesting. The stories I hear sometimes are really interesting. We're able to keep the price point so low that they can actually track those things that they never thought of tracking before.
So you're using pretty standard off-the-shelf technologies. What are you doing to make it hard for someone who's sitting on the sideline right now but in a close area of yours, and once you prove the concept as commercially viable, how are you going to maintain stickiness when a room lock vendor realizes this is a nice little side business?
That's absolutely something that we are keeping on our horizon and our radar. That's true. We just, people haven't entered into it. It's like Instacart and, Amazon Prime. Once Instacart proved out there was a business model there, they went in, and we're completely aware of that. The way we're trying to do it is to build features, add-on features such as room change tracking and other things that solve bigger problems for hotels. So that's number one. Number two is penetrating the hotel market. It's a very much relationship business. We do have contractual agreements with them, and as we keep providing them with ongoing improvements into the system, it creates that stickiness factor and the relationship. And then in addition, what we have is the data analytics platform already done. So whereas if someone was to start today, and we have an airline we've talked to where they wanted to build that system, they understand we're already 8 months to a year ahead because we figured out the reporting and data analytics.
Two things really quickly. First of all, when you talked about the increase in demand in your Hyatt property with the decrease in delivery time, was that increase in demand through something you did, or was that coincidental or seasonal?
That was seasonal, so it was during the summer, and that had nothing to do with us, but they did expect the time to increase, and rather they were very surprised that we were able to not only help them decrease time, but increase their efficiency by 91%.
Okay.
And that's Hyatt data itself.
And when you look at the issue of, let's say that you're able to locate 5 widgets in inventory, are you looking at the demand somehow? Are you getting information about, but I need 15 for today and I need to find others, or are you just simply saying, when you ask me for a widget, I know exactly where to look?
It's the latter. When you're looking for it, we help you find it. But once a quarter, that insights is when we can take a look at your, for example, hot sauce reports. We can look at the demand you had, and that if you were out 20% of the times with your fridges, and we can say, you used it 100% of all your inventory 20% of the time, we can look at your hot sauce report and say you did have demand for it that you weren't able to meet. So this is an item that we recommend that you add 3 or 4 more of these, which will help you meet your demand.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.